we are exploring Graven. Is it worthy of your gaming playlist? First things first, let's jump into what sets Graven apart from classic 90s FPS games. And how does it incorporate a modern twist? Alright, so Graven isn't just your typical game from the past. While it retains the nostalgic feel of old-school first-person shooters, it introduces a rich plot and modern design aesthetics. Unlike its predecessors, Graven delves into a compelling storyline, immersing players in the role of an exiled priest facing the undead in a besieged village. You're out to prove yourself to the locals and save them from the undead chaos. It's like the best of both worlds. Retro feels with a modern twist. Fast-paced action, but with a narrative that keeps you hooked. Moving on to gameplay, what's the gameplay like in Graven? And how does it balance the retro feel with modern elements? In Graven, it's not just about running and gunning. You've got to chat it up with NPCs, upgrade your weapons, and tackle missions to survive. It is classic visuals that take you back to the good old days of gaming, but with a sprinkle of modern magic. The world is vast, and there's this eerie emptiness that sets the mood just right. It's like stepping into a retro game, but with a fresh twist, where every interaction and upgrade counts for your survival in this atmospheric adventure. Now, let's get real about how do the weapons and enemies in Graven hold up, especially in the early stages. And do they deliver on the expected excitement? In the early game, it's a bit of a struggle. You're armed with just your trusty staff, and the whole close-quarter combat routine against zombie cultists gets kinda repetitive. The lack of weapon variety, especially in the sewer section, turns it into a bit of a patience test. And even when you finally get your hands on new toys, they might not live up to the hype. The crossbow feels a bit meh, and that supposedly powerful fire spell, well, it's not as fiery as you'd hope. Flaming zombies still coming at you and all. So, it's a mixed bag, and the initial excitement might take a hit. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of Graven. Are there any notable game balance issues in Graven, especially when it comes to dealing with different enemy types? And how does it impact the overall enjoyment? As you progress, the enemy variety amps up, throwing giant monsters and sniper birds into the mix. Sounds cool, right? Well, here's the kicker. The balance feels a bit wonky. Some of those big monsters, totally immune to certain weapons, leaving you stuck in a constant backpedaling dance. Sure, you eventually unlock cool stuff like a lightning spell, but by that point, some players might be scratching their heads, wondering where the fun went. The overall enjoyment takes a hit when game balance starts playing tricks on you. Now, let's talk about the good stuff in Graven. What are the positive aspects of Graven when it comes to visuals and audio? The game nails it in the visual department. The design, from the scattered bodies to the satisfying splatter of destroyed corpses, creates this dark and oppressive atmosphere that's hard to ignore. The muted color palette and retro style are spot on, making the whole experience visually captivating. The sound design pulls you in with creaking chains, drizzling water, and haunting organ music. What's the final verdict on Graven? And would I recommend it to gamers? If you're into slow-burning experiences and can handle a bit of patience, Graven might be your jam. But if you're on the hunt for an instant, action-packed thrill, it might not be the top pick. What do you think? Have you braved Graven's challenges, or is it still on your to-play list? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more gaming insights. Until next time, see you in the next video.